Yo, 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 what's up, Banter fam? I do apologize for being slightly late this morning. I actually have not been feeling 100% the last 24 hours. I got to bed quite late last night, and I had such a massive plan this morning on getting a lot of education out. But instead, guys, I'm going to be giving you guys a quick little market update on where we're looking at. And for the remainder of the week, I'm going to be showing you guys a lot of my portfolio management systems that I'll show you guys last week. I want to bring a lot back, and that I actually want to give you guys full strategies on all different size accounts that you can have. Or if you're an investor or if you're a trader, I want to start giving you guys all the little tools that I've learned across the journey. And I'm going to be focusing big this week. So stay dedicated. I promise you, when it comes to education, this will be my best yet. And it will be a fantastic week. Now, what has obviously happened, we can see this very long wick when it comes to the weekly candle on Bitcoin, showing very much we have quite a bit of indecision in the market. And now the question's asking, we can see very clearly that the bulls are trying at times, but we're just not getting anywhere. We keep getting somewhere. We keep looking like we're going to break out and possibly start having a reverse to the upward side. And then it just gets pulled down. And the big question is, is this a prolonged bear cycle? Is this something that could be here for the next 3 to 6 months? Is it something that could take a long time to sort of play out, where we're looking at the 2018 times, 2019 times? And we're going to go through all the little key indicators that I'm looking at in specific to see that, is this a long bear market, and where are we emotionally in the market as well, so we can start to see, do we start making serious decisions at this point? Do we sit and do absolutely nothing? It's very important, guys. These little roadmaps and these things are going to happen in your journey many times in the future. So it's important that we start to structure these times, because this market turns bullish at any point. You're going to forget about these times, and you're going to then shift your mind back into the bullish frame. And then at any time this repeats and it comes back in your further career points, you need to remember what it felt like at these stages and what you did at that time. It is all lessons. As I've always said, the market will either be going up, it will either be going sideways, or it'll be going downwards. And if you can learn to adjust in each phase and identify when we are in these sort of phases, you will sort of learn your strengths and weaknesses in each phase, so that when you see it again, in the future, reason why I'm saying this, 2018, those guys now have balls of steel. They don't worry about these crazy volatile markets, because they've seen them many times before. And they learned through those times what they got them through, and how a bull cycle later that came in 2021 or 2020 was the time where they shined, and they made all of that hard work back very much. And they learned through those 2-3 years of toughness and hardness. And it's the same stage where we're at now. It is going to get tough and hard at points, but not if you are adjusting your strategies and learning and identifying where we're at. So that the next time this happens, or we shift out of this, there's 3 stages you need to learn in this market. Experience is very important. The reason why I'm saying that is because I can teach you guys as much as possible, but I don't know your strengths and I don't know your weaknesses. And that's why we're going to identify and we're going to run these things together. So no more wasting time. Let's get into it. Yo, Banter fam, what's up? I do apologize. It will be a quicker show today. I'm not feeling too great, but I am getting myself ready for a jam-packed, fantastic week. I feel like I'm coming back to my old self. I feel like I'm getting back to why I actually started this and why I started doing these things. And last week was a very much reminder that I love teaching and I love doing my thing, and I'm making sure that I'm putting a lot of effort in that. I've built a very big team to help me with it, and I want to be teaching you guys, and that's the main purpose. If Sniper's ever known for something, I wanted to be teaching and educating and helping you guys wherever I can. So to the Banter Flam, what's up? I hope you had a good weekend. We had a great weekend. The whole teams were away. We had a little bit of wine. We went to wine farms, did a lot of team building, and we sat the whole weekend planning on how can we make the biggest free school. How can we change more lives? We literally sit in this way to say we've made mistakes along the journey, to bring it up quite, in a way, I'm super proud of Ran doing a video last night. Being real at these times is phenomenal, and it's something that we need to always remember in these journeys. So I'm very, very proud of that. And I'm very proud of the community that has supported us through all of this. Yes, at times, some calls may have been on and off and some sort of things have happened. But end of the day, by you watching the show, you believe in us. You believe in me, that I will better myself going forward through things as well. And for that, the support has meant a lot. If there's anyone new here, hit that like, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you're following me on Twitter, Sheldon_sniper. Make sure on all of our social medias. Make sure on all the tools that we have given you. Make sure on CoinPanel if you want to be active trading there, as all the stop losses are there. They all help you trigger it. Everything is there to help you guys. So make sure you're using all the tools that you are needed to be using. Now, let's jump in and let's have a look at what's happening and what has happened the last few days. So obviously very long indecision wick from Bitcoin, which is quite interesting because it sort of shows that we were getting strong buying volume, and we're getting that strength that maybe finally we're going to start breaking out and get into the levels where we need to get. And then it gets sucked right back down. And we need to remember now that TA does get tough here. It does. You know, for anyone to call the charts at these points, doesn't matter what techniques you get, they are going to trick every single one of us. Even a TA guy is going to battle at some phase. Now, a TA guy, you know, their hardest part when it comes to TA is these phases. Is this phase over here that we're in over here? It's very hard for a TA guy to get it because you get a fake out, you know, usually under TA, it means buy signal. You get a drop, lower low sort of point. It usually indicates this. And this is when it's a TA's nightmare, is when we in these sort of momentum moves here. Now, where TA is powerful is when we are moving in the market. We either have a very strong direction shift to the upward side, or we have a strong aggressive point to the downward side. Then TA is fantastic, because, you know, then TA then helps you so much with different levels, with support resistance, with RSIs. You know, all of these little things are when TA is on fire. And when it's quite tough is this point. Now, when we are at these points is when there's something either going big on the world, when there's a lot of FUD, or things that are really making the market. It's mainly a shakeout event. And it's going to trick TA guys. It's going to trick fundamental guys. Guys, how many times for the last 3 months has fundamentals been fantastic in the market, but yet the price has not moved? How many times have we seen there's going to be a breakout in the market trend-wise? It just does not happen. And then we got to identify that even though we got all of these techniques, you have to have a combination of both and always actually sit back and look to say, okay, what is the market feeling right now? Guys, in the comments right now, I want to ask you the simple question. Let's actually search it here quickly so we can see this quick. I remember I keep bringing up this Wall Street cheat sheet. Remember. I'm just running this as a test, and I love it because it's actually so damn true. In the comments here, are you feeling, let's see if I can get this in here. Are you feeling angry? Are you feeling depressed? Are you panicking? What are you feeling? Please put it in the comments. I'd love to see how everyone is feeling right now. Bring it. I want to see how we're feeling. Are you pissed off? Are you not happy that it's just not getting anywhere? Are you panicking? Are you at that point where you're like, oh, it's time to exit. It's time to get out of this market. They lied to me. It's not going anywhere. You know, where are we feeling right now? Chilled, pissed off. Okay, the chilled guys, that you've been in the market a little bit longer. That, you know, for a newbie that's been in for the last 3 months, they're not chilled right now. You know, just bored. I agree. Super boring. You know, depressed, annoyed, depressed, annoyed, depressed, annoyed. Okay, fantastic. Now we jump and we have a look again. This is where we're looking. Let's see if I can get this up on a bigger sort of screen here to see if it'll show it for us. Will it make it bigger? There we go. So you are feeling depressed. You're upset with life. Guys, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Is we got TA, we got fundamentals. This phase is always going to be a hard phase for all of them. For all of them at times, all we got to do is remember and to keep structured at these points and not allow the market to actually, you know, destroy us or any single point. Greedy. Good. Because the fear and greed chart showing me a lot of fearful. So you're very clever. You remember, always be greedy in a fearful market and be fearful in a greedy market. Another massive lesson. Get a board. Guys, I want you guys, if you're not going to do this stuff, you're not going to get anywhere in life. If you're sitting wherever you are, if it's in your office, if in your car, you get a board on your wall and you write down every single one of these simple rules that come in. Is to be greedy in a fearful market. It's a rule. It's something you need to understand. Same as understanding where we are with emotion. Write these things down. You have to. If you don't do it, you're not going to learn the next time, and it's going to crash you again and be the same sort of thing. I'm also feeling very sad with Ukraine. It sucks right now. It does. We're in an ugly sort of point right now. And, it really sucks at where we're at. But we got to now still understand where we're looking at emotionally wise and where we're sitting. So I agree. I take that now and I start to look and I say, okay, we're at that point now where we went through a phase of angerness, right? And I sort of have this imprinted as one little option where we're looking at is we are getting to a sort of depressed phase. Now, if I take this into line, remember, guys, if you select where your candles are, you can go and select this line. And it does give you a nice little, line point of where prices moved recently on the charts. And I sort of look at it at this point to say, these were the emotions that we saw printed out in the last month, 2 months since we started off the downwards trend. Okay. Now we're in the sideways phase, and we spoke about the anger zone last week, which dropped us quickly into the panic zone. And then what happens straight after that is you jump in and you have a look at this here is when you're in the anger phase, a pop straight up to the previous highs. What happened in the market over here? We popped straight up into the previous highs. And then what happens? Slow grind. Slow grind, slow grind. So I basically drew this now as this being, let's say, the next emotion part that we could possibly entering. And that's where we have this recovery back to the top level. And then we start the slow little grind back into depression zone, and they do it slowly to get everyone nice and depressed and to feel like this thing's never actually working. They've lied to me, and you can see how it comes. And then we can start getting back into the disbelief sort of phase. Now, if we're talking prolonged, something like this is showing that March is a sad month. It's not a crazy moving month. It's not a crazy, direction flow month and where we're at, but it's showing that it is a slow sort of grind. We have interest rates now, the chat that's happening on Wednesday. That's something again, that's there, and they could play with the market again and where we're looking at. So if we are at a sort of phase, I'm not saying just yet that we can go at that point, but if I look at emotion wise, it can show that we're in this phase now where they can slowly grind this back into the levels of the $32,000 to the $34,000 zone. Now, this is what happened in this level over here, where we had the big drop off. We then had the anger drop off where this yellow box is over here. Let's just bring it up here. In that zone over there, we then had a little bounce off, and then we had the depression stage. Do you see this depression stage over here where it slowly grounds, slowly grounds, slowly grounds, slowly grounds, and then starts to move? Now, what's the moral of the whole damn story? Is where are we emotionally wise? The world has been through shock at the moment, through terror at the moment. Fear is absolutely in the streets. Everything is so damn cheap from where it was 3-4 months ago. But where are we in the phase? And where have we been in the phase before? And what did that always mean previously in the market? It was that phase where you can't control and you're not going to catch the dead bottom. You're not going to do it. It's just not going to work. TA guys are going to struggle. Fundamental guys are going to struggle. Every single one of them are going to struggle. But we're at the phase of best opportunities you could look at when it comes to emotion-wise and where we're actually looking at. So we are at that phase where, yes, we had a small little shakeout last week, a little breakout again that we thought, okay, this could possibly move again. And then it brings it straight back down. And it's showing that this is the exhaustion stage where they're going to tire you out. And it's very simple. And if they tire you out in this stage over here, this long phase over here, by the time the bull cycle or bull leg or any breakout starts to happen again, you are tired, you are not ready, and it shakes off. And now you spent all of your time in this phase destroying yourself. By the time the bull cycle comes, you've already put yourself a step back. So it's a simple little shakeout phase again. So guys, this is why this week I'm going to be focusing very much on helping you build your damn portfolios, helping you restructure those portfolios, help you with rule systems, help you with entry systems. If you're an investor, long-term trader, short-term trader, all these sort of things, we're going to work our asses off this week. And we're not going to focus 100%. We're in the market. I'm still 95% into the market right now. And I'm not going to allow this craziness to shake me out right now. The chart is saying very much something that we are in that phase now where it is tough right now, but we don't have massive volume to the downward side yet, and we don't have massive volume to the upward side just yet. We're in a playing field right now, which means sometimes you can't do anything. I can't force this price to go up. I wish I could. You know what I mean? I can't do those sort of things. So for me, it's very different to what I want to being realistic to where we are right now. We're at that exhaustion stage. And that's something we just got to understand on where we're looking. So let's jump back here quickly into the candle so we can see where we're sort of at and what we're looking at. My one option is there is a little grind stage where we can slowly start to grind our way down back into these zones. Maybe possibly making a little bit of a lower low than the previous one, which is around 34,000 something, coming here to the 33,000 stage, and what it's basically showing is Bitcoin is actually ranging. It's ranging in a level where we look how violent it's actually getting at this point. That's why it's very clear that we were in this phase for 3 months. We're no longer in that phase anymore. We're in a different phase now. We're not in the same phase. There's the strong downwards phase. We're not in that phase anymore. Now we're in choppy shakeout season phase. And that's where everything goes crazy in these sort of levels. And this is where they trick you out and they shake you out of the market. We're definitely in a different phase. Now, are we in a sidewards phase? This is where we have the low of the 33,000 zone, which is our support. And we have the top, which is around 45,000. That's where we keep ranging to at any point. A test to the bottom at any point makes sense. A test to the top at any point makes sense. No clear 100% direction right now. But we do know we are in a sort of accumulating zone on where we're looking at. So a little grind here makes sense at any point. And then it's boring phase right now. But you cannot lose interest right now. You lose interest right now. I'm telling you, it has happened, and we're going to speak again. Clip this. I'm telling you that at any point, something's going to happen, and then you're going to wake up from your dreamingness, and then you're going to want to come back when everything is back at skyrocket high, and then you get trapped in the same damn cycle again, and you get shocked again in that level. So what I'm looking at with Bitcoin is we do have the RSIs now getting reset. We are waiting for the daily RSI to hit the bottom, which is not there just yet. But we have clip it. We then have the 12-hour, which is reset, the 8-hour, which is reset too. So it is showing that we have not broke the lower low just yet at this point. And it is showing that where we're at now, there is a bit of support. We're waiting for some sort of volume, but we can look at Bitcoin attempting these zones. A break of 46, as I said, still will be the leading indicator for us to get back to 50K zone. That will still be our main zone. So I'm now waiting that we've been deploying now in these little breaks and these retests. And for now, I'm sitting back and I'm waiting for the clear direction break. Keep dollar costing averaging in the short-term tokens. Exactly. Now, why did I bring this whole big thing up here? Because a trader or investor needs to understand the difference now. In this phase, when we are down here in capitulation, in anger, and in depressing phase, is an investor's dream to be dollar costing throughout that whole phase. Investors should be going crazy right now, loading up wherever they can, cheap specials, not caring about price, dollar costing, because you are buying it in the right phase of emotion, right? A trader's dream, what did I say? TA works when? Is when we're in a raging market, when something's actually happening. A trader should be doing nothing right now. A trader should be waiting for actual movement. Once there's movement in the market, you can trade. Trade here, it's going to crush you. It's going to destroy you. That's something I've had to learn many, many, many times along the actual journey. So a trader now should be sitting back. But an investor, you can zoom back and go as far down as you want to go. An investor should always be loading up at these sort of phases and where we're looking at. So I'm still looking that we are in this range right now of 32 to the $45,000 range. It's a big range, guys, but that's the current range we are in. So any RSI resets where I have the 8-hour, 12-hour daily resets that are coming down is my dollar costing zone to be getting in as an investor. As a trader, it's very simple for me right now. This is going to catch me and it's going to take all of my money if I keep trying in a market that's just not working right now. So I'm waiting for the very clear direction change of breaking of the 46 and finally getting out of the wedge, all strong tests to these low area ranges. And then I'm starting to look sort of interested. So investors wise, it's very important to get your lists together right now. And when you're getting these daily RSI resets, and these 8-hour, 12-hour and dailies down, it's dollar costing zone. Guys, the market, the world's in a terrible place right now. But the sad thing of it is this is very big investment opportunities when it comes to emotional markets. There's not too many times you get extreme fearful market. They come every once, twice, every year, 2 years, 3 years. They don't come all the time. And we need to just understand where we actually are. And he raised price right now. It may not seem sensible now, but we will see as we progress throughout the year on how this can sort of work. So I'm looking at the first option, that we can still go into depression phase, which means slow ground that can still take us back down to 33. That will really get everyone depressed. It will really get everyone upset. It was quite shocking to also sort of see that what's happening in the time. I have the USDT line, and this line is when I ape. For now, I know this line is my most accurate line right now. And it's the line that I'm waiting for that will finally end one of these damn phases. And that's this USDT money line. Guys, the amount of times we have bounced on this line, and every time we bounce, we get a pullback in the market, is insane. So when we finally break this line and we finally close outside of this line is when I go absolutely crazy. Until then, I'm patient within, and I'm identifying where we are emotionally. Because look at this now. We don't even have dominance making pure decision right now. It's chopping up and down, but even dominance does not know what to do at this sort of point, on where we're looking. Now, I jump back down. Quite shocking to see that gold has absolutely ripped. Look what gold has done. It's absolutely shot through. It's very close from all-time high. So that's showing very much that people are finding, they're going to safer assets. You got silver moving. You got oil absolutely exploding. Can't believe how big this candle is getting here now. You got oil at the point of nearly breaking all-time high. So we got panic in the streets. People have no idea what's happening, and they're worried right now on they're at that uncertain sort of phase on where we're looking at, which means this comes the hard game of patience. But I'm here to teach you guys, and we're going to have a remainder fantastic week of teaching and getting through all of this. So guys, I'm going to end it off. I'm not going to go too much longer. I'm not acting on anymore. I've been buying a lot of alts. I've been waiting up. Daily RSIs can still have a little bit of time to the bottom, 12 hours to the bottom. I will still, if you're an investor and you got little bits, I'll be dollar costing into any of these good projects right now. As a trader, I'm not interested until we get Bitcoin break out of that 45,000. It's just not worth it for me anymore. We keep getting fake outs in these sort of phases. And again, I'm trying to trade a non-trade zone, and that's a massive problem on where we're looking. So the break of Bitcoin of the 45,000 is when we finally get out of this range and we can start having some great fun again, short time frame wise. Until then, we still have this definite phase of us having still a little bit more depression in the market. Making sure, they don't kill you softly. They stab you once, they let you bleed a little bit. They stab you again, let you bleed a little bit more. Then they cut off your toe. Then they keep going, little bit. And it's a slow death. And then that's the problem of it, where we're looking at. So this is still an option for me as well. So I'm either interested on the break of Bitcoin at 44, 45, or I'm interested if we go test the big panic zone, and that will just confirm the depression zone on where we're getting to now. And until then, I'm taking a bit more patience. So guys, what am I going to be doing tomorrow? I'm going to be going through that whole portfolio system I taught you guys on Friday again, but into a lot more depth now. I'm going to be teaching you flushing systems with your portfolio as well, and how to start flushing. And then going to start teaching you I'll probably say my most powerful strategy that I've ever learned when it comes to investment strategy, and it comes to RSI, and it comes to when to diversify Bitcoin, Ethereum, my 10x gems. I'm going to take everything Rand's taught you. I'm going to take everything I've taught you, and I'm going to blend it into one amazing strategy for you guys. I promise you it's going to be amazing. At this time, the guys that I taught last bull's bear cycle were the ones that prospered through the last bull leg. And it's same thing again. It's dedication time. It's learning time. And we are in a sort of, choppy market, but don't let it ruin you. Don't take things to heart right now. I hope you're exercising. I hope you're looking after your brain. I hope you're reading. I hope you're not tiring yourself out in a market it's just tough. And when it's tough like that, don't lose faith in it. Just don't act on it too much either. When this market rages, you make it all back, and you make it back 10 times more. Just don't be dead by the time the market does start to give you money again, because then you're exhausted and you're just going to throw all of your hard work away. Don't allow the market cycle to destroy you. So Banter fam, I will see you all tomorrow. I'm going to get some rest and go work on the remainder of the stuff. But I'm here, guys, and I love you all very much. I'll see you all tomorrow.